Welcome back to Valkyria Chronicle. Not Valkyria Chronicles. That's the other one. Valkyria Revolution. We're swapping up the team a bit. We're going to let Amlet and Co have a rest, and we're going to bring on Daryl, Bridget, Isaac, and Blum. Yeah. Because why not? What we can get through there? Alright. I'm a bit too close to that side. Crouching there, like I can't see it. Oh my god, the guns! It's down. Oh, womanizer. That's me. God. If I hit anyone else, hooray!
It's over.
Can I not target the guns? No. Don't risk it here. Oh yeah. Mission complete!
Bring out the booze!
Haha! Bring out the booze. Brilliant. Time C. I think that was the boss fight in the previous battle against who may be the prince. I got the bonus objective of capturing all the bases. Wasn't that difficult. Everyone got 300 XP.
Now I'm even stronger.
So what, we're all level 6s, level 7s. Spoils, got some cotton, ton of ragnite. That's cool. I kind of feel that having this as the start of I don't know, I thought it was going to be a larger battle.
Looks
Although
clear.
still might be.
I think we're finished for now. Provided everything went according to plan, the main army should be winding down as well. Of course, there could be more troops on the outskirts. Should we try to draw them out?
No, we should stay right here, strategically speaking.
Regardless, the residents will come out when the battle concludes. It'll be fine if we're welcomed with open arms.
If.
But it'll be a hassle if they put up a resistance.
If that happens, I will persuade them myself. Once we convey our intentions openly and earnestly, they shall understand. If we can do that, I believe they'll accept us. And Jutland.
She's so optimistic.
I'm sure Fifi can do it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll help too.
Yeah.
Why are you being so competitive? I don't see the point.
We could use all the Hans we can get.
Captain Gronk
here.
Runner Nielsen reporting. Our army engaged a large enemy unit on the outskirts of Ipsaria and has defeated them.
Hey.
The Ruzi forces broke formation and have begun retreating. Our troops are entering the city right now.
Inform the commanding officer that Vannergan's taken the Viceroy office and secured the area. They may encounter some residual enemy forces scattered across the city, but should rendezvous with us immediately. And be sure to show the citizens some care. We're here to free them from the Empire's oppression after all. We cannot tread on their honor and dignity as Ruse has. These orders come directly from Princess Ophelia herself.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely relay that. I swear on my life.
I trust you will. Hans, a moment.
Sir?
The main force. How many did we lose?
I don't know the details, but the commanding officer himself said the death toll is far below estimates. The commander is calling this operation a decisive victory. We've won.
That's cool.
And with minimal casualties.
That's good. Although minimal, still some, isn't it?
Is something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing. Thank you, Hans.
Yes, sir. I'll be taking my leave now.
Oh! What a klutz. What an absolute klutz.
Is something the matter, Bridget?
No, nothing at all.
She was laughing.
Our job's finally done. I could use a drink. What do you say, Jordan?
Drinking until dawn doesn't count as a drink, First Sergeant.
I've had a drink like that before now.
In my mind's eye. Me, surrounded by doting Ipsarian damsels, the epitome of prestige and popularity.
Yeah, in your dreams.
Hey, wait! The captain hasn't dismissed us yet.
Come on! Hurry up, Phoebe!
No? Anything? No? Okay, so...
You're quite studious. How splendid.
Hopefully continuing from last time. Won't worry about these little skits. As it stands, Syria is certainly Jutland's ally. However, if it turns out that the idea of liberation originated from the Circle of Five, relations between the two countries would be shaken to the core. So yeah, we've done that. I suppose we've got to go here. It's been ages since I played this, I think. Well, it feels like it at least. Ooh. Industrial. Oh, it's this guy.
Our Ragnite supply is going to take a hit if Ipsaria falls under a Judish banner.
Well, it's not like Ipsaria is our only source of Ragnite.
That's true, but then again...
It's pretty callous.
What's happening in Ipsaria?
Urban area, Ipsaria. Seems pretty pleasant. And there are armed men.
Jutland.
Quite all over the place.
Excuse me. Where is that Ragnite going?
I've heard it's headed to Jutland. Who are you, by the way? Looking for work in the mines?
No.
If you're interested, I can put in a good word for you. They don't call it the Lands of Plenty for nothing. Why, it's thanks to Jutland that Ipsaria is back on its feet.
Thank you for your time.
Is that it? Has my place... Operation Azure Dawn not only secured Jutland a reliable source of Ragnite, also showcased their determination to the rest of Europa. Looking back on it now, that actions can be interpreted as an invasion, but considering how the relationship between Jutland and Epsiria flourished following the war, the benefits far outweigh any criticism. Do I have to?
Then allow me to continue.
I knew that. I knew that. The traitor's hideout, Malta.
It was a success. The Jutland army has gained control of Epsiria.
Well, just as planned.
It was faster than I thought it would be. I better finish up my article.
Next on the agenda, how the other world powers will react. I'm sure none of them predicted that Jutland would wrest control of Epsiria.
Like a jolt from the blue.
You mean bolt.
It's bolt?
Definitely Bolt. Yes, right now we feel jolted. I won't say who's to blame, though.
That was just a slip of the tongue.
Go on, Saul.
Jutland has seized the Empire's largest supplier of Ragnite. Before the impact of this news dwindles, we need to do something regarding the world powers. Doing so will isolate Ruse from the others and weaken them. Swiftly, but surely.
Well, well, we got this grand scheme thing down pat.
Always the mastermind. We'll leave the thinking to you, as usual.
We have our work cut out for us. There's but one motto, everyone. Jutland has liberated Epsiria. It was a deliverance from the Empire's tyranny and exploitation.
Liberation?
That angle should make for a great article.
Yeah, Liberator's got a nice ring to it. Hell, I'm feeling pretty libertine myself. Come here, Vi.
Ah, dude.
Those phrases originated from the traitors? Wasn't the Liberation War coined by Donovan Lindegard?
The truth is stranger than fiction. The traitors chose words that would give meaning to the war and appeal to all people.
Sensible. No one wants to fight a war of oppression, do they? Well.
Records indicate that an envoy from the Jutland Parliament arrived only 3 hours after the end of the battle.
Quick.
Under the pretense of rebuilding the Viceroy office Ruse left behind, he came to oversee the interim government. After they were colonized by the Rusi Empire, the Ipsarians couldn't participate in the administration of their lands.
The envoy from Jutland was Solomon the Traitor, who took action accordingly. He opened the Viceroy office to the public, gathered the citizens there, and spoke of Ipsaria's future.
He did well to get himself that job, didn't he?
Ladies and gentlemen of Ipsiria, I truly lament the hardship you have faced. You've been the target of many since the discovery of Ragnite in your lands. Even so, you did not break, and the country had flourished with the presence of your royal family. But the Rusi Empire has extinguished your guiding light, and the royal family is no more. With their unending greed for territory and dominance, Ruse has exploited you through intimidation. Faced with such a heavy burden, anyone would become exhausted and not question the rule of the Empire. but even your right to question authority was taken from you. Jutland was the same. Our country had given in to the suffering caused by the embargo, even began to accept this unjust situation. However, our brave citizens rallied behind our king, who broke the alliance and succeeded with a counterattack. Now our country's morale runs high, and the Jutes are regaining our pride. In this age of turmoil and uncertainty, I am sure you wish that the royal family was still with us. From now on, you are the main players. Each of you must rally Ipsaria in place of the royal family. Since your government has been in the hands of others for so long, I understand there may be some reservations. Therefore, Jutland will lend you its assistance. We started this war because we ardently hope to change Europa for the better. Both of us have felt the same pain caused by our common foe in the Ruzi Empire. As fellow men, we liberated you from their reign to return this country to the way it should be.
Hurrah for Ipsaria! Hurrah for liberty!
Hurrah for Ipsaria!
Hurrah for liberty!
Hurrah
for Ipsaria! Hurrah for liberty!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, truly. To ensure that Ipsaria is never again invaded by the Empire, Jutland hopes to stay in this country for a brief period and remain vigilant. As for the government, we will temporarily dispatch some people from Jutland to promptly get Ipsaria running. We wish to work together with your representatives to establish your country. Please lend us your cooperation.
Solomon's passionate speech, paired with the distribution of the anonymous flyers, touched the hearts of the people.
Hearts and minds. That's the way to win, ain't it? It's got a pretty good soundtrack. This game. Sounds good. Having a little moment of enjoyment there, having a little So this is back in our hometown.
Within Jutland, Freak the Traitor skillfully influenced public opinion, crafting an easily understood composition, a tiny virtuous Jutland rebelling against an immense wicked Ruzi empire. He planted the idea that this war was the righteous thing to do in the people's consciousness.
Ooh, Belgov Palace conference room.
Meanwhile, ambassadors from each of the world powers gathered in the Ruzi Empire. There, they discussed the recent events with Emperor Claudius.
Oh, boo those guys.
Each country agreed that Jutland's invasion of Ipsaria was a violation against the current world order. All the while, they blamed Ruse for bringing about the current situation.
Yay!
Emperor Claudius, however, was resolute and dismissed their protests, stating all was proceeding as Ruse had planned.
Sounds like nonsense.
Have you forgotten? Death itself bows to our imperial whim.
Okay, that's showing off a bit.
After Jutland installed an interim government in Ipsaria, they soon set about to establish Ragnite supply routes. Basil the Trader mobilized the leaders in the Ragnite industry.
A Ruzi counterattack is coming soon. I'd bet my balls on it. Jutland won't stand a chance against a full frontal assault. That's why we gotta bring out the big guns. Let's show them what this industry can really do, boys. Time to ramp up Ragnite production, invest in alchemy, and develop monotech to catch the Empire with its pants down.
I understand what you're trying to say. It's the way you're saying it I take offense to.
sweat the small stuff, Pops. Let me stress how vital it is to keep our momentum going. Not even an embargo could come between you and your profits. Now I want you to use that fortitude to amp up the military. I want to see our boys in battle packing some serious heat.
New weaponry? But by losing Ipsaria, Ruse took a heavy blow. They know how serious Jutland is. I don't think we should escalate the situation. Violence begets violence, you know.
True.
You soft or something? Don't go limp on me now. We're up against a goddamn empire. We go at this half-assed, and we'll be the ones getting bent over and screwed.
Oh, wow. He's got real way with words. Oh, damn. What's this game rated? I feel like... $16. Probably just for that comment.
Rise and be recognized.
Yes, Your Imperial Majesty.
Tell us, what did you see at Ipsaria?
I saw the Princess of Jutland.
What's that supposed to mean? Surely you didn't really spot Her Highness on the front lines, swinging a sword like...
That's exactly what I saw.
Oh my.
In addition, a powerful force defends her. They crushed our military's mono-weaponry with ease.
And? I heard you fought them.
Indeed. They had special weapons, one similar to the right arm that Your Majesty has bestowed to me. They were weapons that emitted a Ragnite glow.
Interesting.
New monotech, huh? Not bad. Even backed into a corner, the dogs of war still have a bit of bite to their bark.
You still harbor doubts, young Maxime.
What are you referring to, sire?
Do not take us for a blind man.
Yes, sire. To think he would see through me is a terrifying man indeed.
His voice sounds so familiar.
Questioning minds and hesitant spirits seek answers. No? Very well. We shall abide.
Answers?
Victor, Gelouche, Gustav. These men served us well before we took the throne, and have proven themselves stalwart comrades along our path of power. Together, these worthy peers comprise the Grand Generals, save for Balthus IV, who was slain by Jutish hands.
I am aware.
Maxime, we would have you fill his lordly shoes.
Ooh, promotion.
What? Do you mean to make Maxime a Grand General?
Correct. He is capable enough. What's more, we wish to judge with our own eyes the potential of alchemical augmentation.
This is absurd! Forgive me, sire. It is not my place to speak of such matters.
You're right.
Suspect whether power corrupts. Question that money is evil. Doubt even if right makes might. But never lose faith in us. For we shall never forsake you. There is your answer. The secret to our success. In faith, there can be no hesitation.
What arrogance. What confidence. But they are befitting of His Imperial Majesty. I don't know what the future will bring, but I shall wield my strength for the sake of this man.
Grand General Maxime, from this day on, take heed of your distinguished station, and conduct yourself accordingly. Devote yourself henceforth to us alone.
As you command.
Ha ha! Wonderful! Welcome aboard, Grand General Maxime.
I have a feeling they're setting up to be a fool guy. Don't mind if I save. A fragment was added to the history book. Glossary was updated. Let's keep resuming the story.
This is a true story. The two victories transformed the mood in Jutland.
At the time, the people hailed Ophelia as the goddess of victory, or Jutland's savior. The morale of the people is important in war, and I hear her presence was a powerful unifying force to that end.
To see the truth behind the war, we must understand what Ophelia felt, how she changed outside her role as princess.
But, Professor, she never wrote a memoir, or left records that discussed anything of the sort.
The only one who knew was my great-great-grandmother. Still, Ophelia tried very hard to reciprocate her people's expectations at the start of the war.
That's it. It's he's been in loads of stuff, so I should it's Matt Mercer.
My beloved people.
That's
From
who
the bottom of
Maxim
my heart,
is.
I feel that Jutland is undergoing a momentous awakening even now. As you all know, I stand at the front lines of battle. Many have claimed I ought to put politics before principles. Even my king father wished for me to stay my hand. I, however, cast off such aspersions, to swear by the sword. This blade will not be sheathed. My hand shall never stay until I have cut down the source of our kingdom's suffering. The fight has only just begun. Everyone, I ask only that you believe in me as I do you. Let me be the light to shine through our country's night.
Long live Jutland! Long live the princess!
Long live Ophelia!
Oh, beauteous azure light that shines so gently, pure and bright, across lands of plenty thrives the freedom of countless lives. Dear shield maiden, spear in hand, please grant us the strength to stand, watching over this fair kingdom. 'Tis our one and only home. Oh, heaven, voices.
Times like this, you gotta think Fifi's blood really is blue.
The environment does shape who we are.
The royal family certainly has a unique way of seeing and thinking about the world.
But should she stay center stage, it's curtains for our crew.
How do you mean?
If anything were to happen to Princess Ophelia, the entire country, from cowherd to king, would be out for our blood. The anti-Valkyria squad's fate now hinges on Her Highness.
That reminds me, I heard an interesting rumor. Seems people think the princess has a special power. That is the reason we're able to win against Ruse.
I hear they've been calling our unit the Princess Platoon. Were you aware of that, Captain? Whatever.
Ow! Don't be saying petty crap like that. I agree.
while she was just speaking from the soul. But by the end, her head truly caught up with her heart.
Yes. Well, the princess is always keen on showing her empathy for the people of Jutland.
Why hold your applause now? 'Tis the war you've waited for.
And why did you applaud? You were against the war, were you not?
That ship has sailed. Now I must with utmost haste rebuild the bridges these battles have burnt. And so I clap for the princess's passion, even as I weep inwardly to see her highness bearing arms.
It seems His Majesty has accepted it.
Royalty does as royalty wills. Far be it from servants such as we to question the wishes of the crown. But mark my words, I shall employ every last ounce of my parliamentary prowess to put an end to this war.
Hey, the sort of chapter 2. Whoop.
We'll advance our pieces further. As the winter goes on, the Empire will be able to mobilize less and less. Let's proceed heading north at once. Our target is the Imperial colony of Avalun. We'll destroy the sectors of their Ragnite industry.
Let me get this straight. We cut off their Ragnite supply, then hit their weapon stockpiles.
Correct. Avalun presently functions as the Empire's armory. The majority of the citizens work in the industrial zone. After the country was made into a colony, Claudius built an infrastructure to give the people work and a place to live.
Giving the Emperor a pretty high approval rating, I hear.
But it's all a lie, isn't it? He completely cuts them off from the outside world and makes it sound like a utopia. There's no personality. Everything's been standardized. They've forgotten how to think for themselves. I've gone there several times for work, and to be blunt, the
Not
people
cool.
all seem dead inside.
That'll change once Jutland wins. We're going to liberate them.
What confidence. Still, that's you to a T.
Has our boy Saul ever been sheepish?
Oh, I remember. At the orphanage, toward Miss Maria.
That's quite enough.
Oh, someone's embarrassed.
Not at all.
Aren't you being sheepish right now?
Hey, get a room, you two.
Yikes. Is something on your mind, Amulet? You've been quiet this whole time.
Wondering when the Valkyria will show up.
That is a concern. The Empire hasn't deployed it yet.
Guess Jutland means that little to the Rux. They think they can beat us without playing the ace up their sleeve.
The Empire must know about the anti-Valkyria squad. Maybe they're just being cautious.
If I were the Emperor, I wouldn't hesitate to use it. Once winter comes, their military muscle will be useless. The snow won't stop the Valkyria.
Amulet, if it appears, will you be able to bring it down this time?
Oh, that's the Valkyria.
Yes. It's why we created this weapon, created the squad.
Very well. Let's begin then. To prepare for our operation on Avalun, we must first gather recent intel on the area.
So my turn then.
Yes. Please contact your informant.
Got it. But right now he's commanding the troops at the Tamir Road blockade. As it is, I don't know when he'll return to the Empire.
For an Imperial officer and a married man, that boy toy of yours sure won the mistress lottery. Why not pay him a little visit on the job, Vi? Be all like, "Oh my darling, I couldn't wait to see you," or something.
I am not that kind of woman. That goes for both me and my other persona.
Then we'll have to drive him back.
Let's try it. Tamir Road is one of the main paths that connect the Empire to Ipsiria, but that blockade overextends the battlefront. They should withdraw if we inflict a sufficient amount of damage.
And if they stick around, they'll be surrounded and sieged.
That location has no value that's worth losing your lives over, unless the commander is exceptionally incompetent.
That won't be a problem. He's pretty amazing.
Oh, really? Well, he won't stand a chance against Dam. You got this. Kick his ass as hard as you can without actually killing him.
Got it. We'll go to Tamir Road. I'll tell the others it's a scouting operation.
I'll hide in the Imperial capital and wait for my informant to return.
Be careful, Violet. Now that we're in a state of war, the importance of intel on Imperial territory will increase. By the same token, they'll be on alert, and security will be tighter than before. Plan accordingly beforehand. This is a crucial moment going forward. Our collaboration and exchange of intel must remain a secret more than ever.
Guess I better get to work too.
Another anonymous flyer?
No, a letter this time. To the editor, stating that liberation is coming.
Is it time for me to play yet? Ah. This game's cool and all.
Ophelia met with her former instructor, whom she highly respected, my great-great-grandmother Charlotte Loudrup. There, Charlotte spoke about an incident that had occurred during Amlet's orphanage days.
This is the only lead we found.
Right.
The orphanage that burned to the ground. So that's what happened to the captain before he was adopted. And yet, there's no record of it.
Perhaps there is more to this mystery.
There may be. Let's look into it.
Oh? But I thought there were no records.
None that are public.
Do I get to play now, please? Please. Back to Belgov Palace. New gang.
The names etched here continue to grow. So His Imperial Majesty plans to carve the name of every soldier who has fallen, including the lower ranks. Mine too will be etched here if I die. I've sworn loyalty to the Emperor, but does my heart lie with Ruse? Or does it lie with Epsiria?
Placing Maxime in the seat of a Grand General. His Majesty is acting unusual.
Nah, this has Claudius written all over it. And at least he's keeping things interesting.
Even if Maxime's useful, he isn't Rusy. Our honor as the Grand Generals will only tarnish with his addition.
I get it. Feeling a little replaceable, are we, Victor?
Don't be absurd.
Aw, are you worried the Emperor likes Maxime more than you?
Gustav!
Well,
bit of a
all
wind-up
jokes
merchant.
aside, don't worry. His Majesty is only having fun with his new toy. That's just his way. It'll pass.
Yay! I'll take a walk around the promenade. Second weapons can be developed. Sweet. But unfortunately, because of let's quickly talk. The rocks have pushed us around long enough. Run them into Ragnar does for us, sir. Let's see what the newspapers have to say. Jutland army liberates Ipsiria. Citizens rejoice.
Nice.
It's about the liberation of Ipsiria. Yay! So yeah, I did kind of have a plan on sort of how to record some of this, try and be a bit more efficient with it, maybe, but I don't know. It seems to not want to work very well. Oh, new armor. Hopefully that will.
Look at
Got
the
that to pick up.
quality.
I got a jacket. Oh yeah. I can buy some stuff. Oh, cool. I can... Cool. So, guard gloves, leather gloves, standard issue, grenade, ammo pouch, grenades. 10% of free isn't very much, is it? Desert boots, tactical boots. Cool.
Come back anytime.
But yeah, I'm gonna end this episode here and hopefully try and sort out like a way to record this so we don't have long episodes of just cutscene. Because I mean it's a cool game and it's an interesting story, but it just feels a bit, I don't know, it feels a bit weird just recording the cutscenes. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.